So we've just studied the respiratory system and the different organs, the structures and their functions, and how the respiratory system works. We learned that there are two processes. One is called breathing, which is the physical process of getting air in and out of the lungs. And we learned about gaseous exchange, the process of oxygen diffusing into the blood and carbon dioxide diffusing out of the blood. Now, we also learned in our two practicals that the concentration of oxygen in exhaled air is lower than inhaled air, and the concentration of carbon dioxide in exhaled air is higher than inhaled air. So what's happening to the oxygen, and where is the carbon dioxide being produced? The answer is respiration. Chemical energy is locked up in food molecules, and through a process called respiration, when that glucose is burned in the presence of oxygen or is reacted in the presence of oxygen, energy is given out. Okay? Respiration takes place in the mitochondria of all living cells, and every organism, every living organism, has to respire in order to live. It's in fact one of the 7 characteristics of living organisms. What is the need for energy? Why do living organisms have to respire? What do we do with that energy? The energy is needed for several different processes. Cell division. In order to grow, you need to make more and more cells. So cells divide. One cell divides into 2 cells, 2 into 4, and so on. We need to be able to make proteins from amino acids to build new cells. We need muscles to be able to contract our heart muscle. We've just learned about our diaphragm muscle, the muscles that help us to move. We need to be able to absorb food substances at the small intestine. We have to take in fatty acids and glycerol and amino acids. And we have to transmit nerve impulses, send messages from receptor organs to the brain and back again. What is the chemical process of respiration? So we said breathing is a physical process of taking in air and breathing out air. Gaseous exchange is the diffusion of oxygen into the blood and carbon dioxide out of the blood. And respiration is a chemical process. It is in fact the reverse of photosynthesis. You can see here glucose reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water, and this time instead of requiring energy for the process to take place, it produces energy. You see the energy on the end of the reaction there. So sugar or glucose that's produced from the digestion of food in the alimentary canal is respired with oxygen to produce energy. That sugar combines with oxygen. The oxygen is absorbed into the red blood cells and taken to the cells where it combines with sugar to produce energy and to produce carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is produced during respiration and is excreted as part of the air that we exhale. And water is produced. Some is exhaled in the air and the rest is excreted through the kidneys. So carbon dioxide and water are both waste products. They are not the reason we respire. Energy is. Energy is not a chemical reaction, but it is the most important outcome of respiration. It's important that you understand the effects of exercise on breathing and the heart rate. And I'm sure that you probably understand more than you realize. What happens when you exercise? So during exercise, the muscle cells respire more than they do at rest because the cells of the body need more energy. Your body is demanding energy, and so you must respire more. So if you want to respire more, you need more of the raw materials. So glucose and oxygen must be delivered to the cells more quickly. And at the same time, if there's more respiration taking place, there'll be more products being produced. And this waste carbon dioxide must be removed from your body so that it doesn't interfere with your body's processes. How we get extra oxygen and glucose to our cells and extra waste carbon dioxide away from our cells is by increasing the breathing rate and the heart rate. The increase in heart rate can be detected by measuring the pulse, and the increase in breathing rate can be measured by counting the number of breaths per minute. And guess what? You are going to be investigating the effects of exercise on your breathing and heart rate. So at the end of your day, or maybe at lunchtime when you're having a little bit of a break, you're going to do the following things. You're going to sit and relax, measure your heart rate, your breathing rate, and judge your depth of breathing. So decide whether your breathing is shallow or deep. Okay, to measure your breathing rate, you simply count the number of breaths. One breath is in and out that you take in 1 minute. To measure your heart rate, find your pulse and count the number of beats in 15 seconds and multiply by 4. It's easier to do it that way. Then you're going to fill in the table for at rest. There's the table. Fill in your breathing rate, your depth of breathing, and your heart rate. These must both be in breaths per minute and beats per minute. Then you're going to run on the spot for 5 minutes. Pretend it's house training. Okay, pretend, whoever is breathing down your neck, getting you to run really quickly. Then take your breathing rate and fill in the table for breathing rate and depth. Then you're going to get your heart rate up again. Maybe do some burpees or sprint on the spot again. And then fill in your heart rate. Take your heart rate and fill in your heart rate for after exercise. Then, as a conclusion, just a couple of sentences. Please describe and explain the changes that take place in the body when you are exercising. Good luck and have fun.